Oh, hello YouTube, how you going? I thought I'd do a new video. I've done a fair few actually in the last few weeks. I've done a few mainly doing on my computer. Combination of gameplay videos and things like that, and sort of tutorial videos on different pieces of software and stuff that I might use, you know, gaming software and such. I also went and got myself and picked up a new camera for the hell of it. I mean, why the hell not? Because, well, not really for the hell of it, I picked it up because there was a couple of limitations on my older camera that I didn't really like, to be personal. My older camera would only record, say, about 14 minutes worth of footage. I think on GAP this actually records about 25 minutes from what I'm seeing for the timer at the moment. It can record up to a maximum of 4 hours on the memory card I've got it on at the moment, so it's pretty good. So, this is the camera I picked up anyway. Let's see it. Is the Samsung NX20, which is not too bad in retrospect. It's got a manual focus, so you can manually set your focus depending on what you do. You can also, aside from manually setting your focus, you can leave it on autofocus, which obviously is switching between the different modes. Now, it's got a lot of features. It's basically a digital SLR, but it's a much lighter version. Pretty much, yeah, it's a way lighter version. The OS, the actual camera OS that you use, and the features in turn that you get inside it, are actually very nice. I can't complain too much about them, to be honest. They're pretty good so far. I haven't had any major issues with them. I've been using a combination of them in combination with taking photos and things like that, and taking a couple of selfie photos. Yes, I do take a couple of selfies occasionally, on occasion. Video is supposed to be actually better in this. It's supposed to be a little more high tuned. What has it got? Well, okay, it's got, you can do 1080 video, 1080p video. Nice built-in Wi-Fi, so you can upload your photos straight up to Facebook and things like that, and your social networking sites straight away if you just want to go straight off the camera. Aside from that, what else has it got? It's got a number of features there. The actual megapixels that it, the Cosmos, the megapixels that it goes up to is 20.3 megapixels. Which is better than my last camera. My last camera was 16.1 megapixels. I've downgraded that. Not downgraded, but I've given it to my dad pretty much to use as his eBay camera now in combination, so he can pretty much, you know, muck around with that, do his eBay photos and zoom in on things. The zoom on it is inherently not bad either. It's inherently not. I mean, I am actually getting a lenses kit for it because it's actually meant to be. It's meant to be a digital type SLR camera or DSLR, pretty much. That's what it's designed to be. And for the price, considering that I got it fairly cheap from this site in Australia, which is camerasky.com, I think .com.au, they offer pretty much a 12-month. It's a 12-month Australian warranty, but they're actually a grey importer, so any warranty that you would have with Samsung initially, I'm pretty sure the warranty on this camera is only 12 months anyway. But they are sort of a grey importer technically, but basically you can get it repaired through them. It shouldn't be a big issue. I haven't had any major issues. A couple of people did have issues with them, but I didn't have an issue. The camera works fine. It feels good. It doesn't feel crappy. It looks good, like in the sense of picture, playback, you know, everything in that combination basically. Everything seems to be pretty even keeled. I haven't had any major problems with trying to record stuff or trying to get stuff on there. Considering, you know, I mean, it's got the digital viewfinder point of view. It's also got a rotatable screen. You actually see some back pick, but it's got a rotatable screen. Basically, from the back, you can tell, you can sort of see the edges there, where that screen is. If we can hold it. But yeah, in that sense of things, it's got some good features, and it also has continuous shooting, like continuous mode shooting, which was frustrating for me before. My last camera was a bridge camera, so it technically didn't have that, so it technically wasn't really a digital SLR, but it was a bridge in between camera, and I could do pretty quick shots. But this takes way quicker shots, especially in circumference of taking a lot of shots at once. If you want to take several shots at once, it just snaps out like, you know, 8, 9, 10 of them at once, and you can pretty much get anything you want to get, you know. It's got a flash built into the top. It's also got a heap of accessories you can buy for it as well. Originally, when it first came out, I think it was over $1,000, and I only got it right. I think I only ended up paying I ended up paying about $200 and something, $257. That's from a grey importer. I paid a little bit more because I factored in postage calculation and things like that, I think. Yeah, I paid about about $250, $257, something like that. Yeah, around that price. It was a pretty even price, so it wasn't a crappy price. It wasn't a shitty price at the time, and it could have been way worse. So to be honest, as it goes with the other one, I had limitations on the other one in the sense that it would only record in 14 point something intervals, which was rather frustrating when you were doing a lot of footage, because you want to fit so much in a given time frame. You couldn't really put it all in, and basically it wouldn't tell, or most of the time wouldn't tell you if you were to stop recording. Anyway, I think this goes for 25 minutes. It might go longer, I don't know. I don't know exactly if it stops at that 25-minute mark, or whether you can actually set it higher than the 25-minute mark, but it's got a 25-minute mark indicator on the screen at the moment that I can see in front of me, which is good. I have a screen, so it's facing towards me now, which is great. There's also capability to hook it up to your Android phone via the Wi-Fi, and I believe we take a bit of remote control stuff to go with it. I haven't tested that yet, but I'm going to, just to see how it works and if it works very well. Get the gist of what can be done with it, basically. Basically, you can remote control it from any location. So, say you're in a certain location, you're walking around, or you have the camera placed in a particular area, you can just basically, you know, have it on your smartphone, for example, your Android smartphone, and just, you know, muck around with the app on your phone. I have not tested it yet, but I will at some point. I get around to testing it. I also got a couple of lenses kits for it as well, some filters and different contrast things, just because, you know, it's, I mean, for the price and the fact that it's got a lot of that professional photo, like digital SR stuff and features built in, I was very impressed, extremely impressed actually, to be truthful. And I couldn't fault it. It's a very light camera too, extremely light. Comes with a strap, obviously, for you know, recording and things like that. Well, hanging around your neck. Aside from the strap that you hang around your neck, it's also got a great viewfinder, which I looked through, and the viewfinder was really, really clear. It has a really clear viewfinder. That's the first thing I noticed when I looked through the viewfinder. It was extremely clear. Whereas my Fujifilm, not so much, not as clear. It didn't have this crystal clear image to it. I have noticed that photos are a little more clear in some aspects. Certain aspects. I have noticed, I mean, because I'm in a low light situation, of course, with the fact that I'm not always out in the mainstream things, but I will actually take some mainstream photos of just the area around me, my local area, and just take some mainstream photos to test sort of exactly what limits it's got there, and, you know, what direction it goes with in that sense of things. Sense of stuff, I mean, I don't know. As I said, these are mainly the things it's got. It's got a nice 7.6mm or 3-inch swivel screen. It's got a 8 frames per second shutter speed, 20.3 megapixel Wi-Fi connectivity, ISO 12800, and full HD movie capability. So it's got a lot of good capabilities that I'm seeing, and I do like for the fact that I didn't pay a massive amount for it at the time. And the price sense and the advanced compact system camera. I mean, it's a gnarly little camera, and it's not bad either, you know, considering. And just because it wasn't, I think it was mainly just because of the way that it was designed, I guess. I don't know, maybe people didn't fall in love with it as much as they would big digital SLR cameras like the ones you get from Canon and other companies of that nature, Nikon and stuff. But considering Samsung, it's pretty good. It's been working pretty well. I haven't had any major issues with it. It's been nice. The lens detaches in combination. You can also get the small micro lenses and everything else. I think I'm going to, as I said, I got a kit anyway, another lenses kit that I've ordered, which is in the process of being delivered, and then I can sort of test out some of those things on there and things of that nature. So anyway, basically, good camera so far. I'm not arguing with the point of view. It feels good. It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel like it's shitty. It doesn't feel like it's made shitty. It's a sturdy little camera for the size. You know, doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart on you. And I mean, for the tripod, I mean, I've got a combination of tripods. I've got a smaller tripod for like doing stuff, you know, related to close-up shots, equipment, and digital equipment and stuff like that. That is handy. I've got that in combination, and then I've got the big tripod, which I've got currently on the big tripod at the moment, just for stability factor. So look, it's a good camera. I have no big complaints right at this moment. It's quite clear that it's a very nice camera. So you know, as I said, from what I can tell, does a fantastic job so far. No big issues. So far, was just using it. Generally mucking around. I was just general stuff mucking around, just taking stupid photos of myself in combination with stupid photos of stuff around me and things like that. This is more a test of the video feature, really. King fast drive. That's King fast drive, which is pretty cool. That's something that's going to go into a project that I'm going to work on, basically. But I don't know, the autofocus is pretty... Well, the autofocus was sort of a complaint that a couple of people had, which was its autofocus wasn't great. But I mean, my last camera, the autofocus wasn't the greatest either at times. So, I'm not majorly miffed about the autofocus, but, you know... for the fact that I got the extra features, I got the extra boost in megapixels as well, I'm pretty happy with that end result that I ended up doing that, and that ended up coming into itself, because I was looking for something with high megapixels, basically looking for something that I could take more substantial photos with. I've got to say though, the lens kits themselves are pretty cool. They're pretty nice. They're not shitty or anything like that. They don't feel shitty. The battery life. Well, I've been taking photos for the last few hours now. I fully charged the battery before I started using it, and the battery life seems okay. I'll probably end up getting a spare battery like I did for my last camera. But battery life is pretty good. I'm not seeing any major... It hasn't run out of battery life majorly. And I think it's more designed to be able to actually take that extra battery life into account, because I think it's also designed for people who do video as well as photos. It's also designed to be a videographer thing as well as a photographer thing. So it's a combination, which is a plus side. If it's that level, that's cool. I mean, that's, as I said, that's fantastic in my mind. Aside from that, what else have I been mucking around with? Well, recent technology upgrades. I mean, this is just the main thing that I sort of wanted to get over and done with. I basically wanted to do it, be able to have better YouTube videos and things of that nature. The only thing that does annoy me a bit is the fact it doesn't have an external mic, but you can actually get an external mic if you hook it up here to the top of the camera, which an indication of that would be right on the top here. As you can see, yeah, there's like a slot there. You can basically put all these different accessories, which have mic boosters and everything else. Obviously, it has to be a Samsung accessory for it to work, but you can actually whack that on the top, and you can whack a mic on top of it, which I didn't realise this until I actually started looking on the website. But there's actually a heap of accessories for that type of fitting, especially for Samsungs. And I went, damn, that's cool. So I could have a nice mic on it too, if I chose to, which is absolutely marvellous. I'll positively say that would be a positive thing, especially when I'm trying to do video and stuff, and like in the sense of getting my voice in and things of that nature. Generally, I don't think the mic itself is too bad, though. I get the impression the mic on it's pretty good regardless. I mean, it is a stereo mic to start with, so it's not. I don't believe it's a shitty mic at all. I don't think so at all. I think it's got probably, from what I can gather, it's got pretty good pickup. But I mean, worst comes to worst, I can grab and get another mic that has that extra boost, which sits on top, obviously. But we'll see how I go. We'll see how things pan out, basically. and how things run across, you know. I'm also actually getting a upgrade to my current mic, which is an MXL Tempo. Not a bad mic, by the way, but I'm getting one of the ice ball, they call it a snowball mics. So it's supposed to be more, it's supposed to pick up a lot more audio and things like that, and combinations and stuff like that. So it's supposed to pick up a hell of a lot more audio stuff, basically, which is fantastic. You know, see how I go. This is mostly for the commentary for my PC and everything else. We'll do the combination of that anyway. I don't know. We'll see how the snowball mic goes anyway, and how it pans out, and how it works, and we'll see what happens. So, you know, so it just should be good anyway. So anyway, stay tuned. Thank you very much, YouTube, for this video. This is just a little presentation sort of thing. I don't know, just generally a little review of this product as well as a camera. It's not overly bad. I mean, it's basically a smart camera. Samsung NX20, nice camera, very solid piece of kit, and you know, doesn't feel crappy. Doesn't feel crappy at all. It feels very light though. I mean, for a digital SLR, it's a lot lighter than my bridge camera is. My bridge camera is supposed to be a representation of digital SLRs, and this camera is fairly light. It has a lot more. For the fact that it's so light, as a digital SLR, and it has a lot of those extra features that a digital SLR has. It's the fact that it's so light in the first place that I like. I like the fact that it's, you know, you don't feel like you're dragging around an entire fucking camera bay with you or whatever, you know, you don't feel like you're dragging around pretty much, you know, you just don't feel like dragging around this heavy luggy thing, you know, or you feel like you can shoot and point with this stuff, and, you know, whatever lens you choose to shoot with or whatever, or far off lenses. I mean, I'm getting a kit lens which is going to be actually 55 millimeter to 200 meter or so, 200 millimeter or something like that. So yeah. Anyway, stay tuned. I got more videos coming up. Obviously, I've got a few that I'm going to edit actually, which I was going to do this afternoon. I was pretty much going to go fuck it. I feel like editing today because I got an abundance of energy. I'm feeling energetic today. I was not feeling energetic a couple of days before. I wasn't feeling energetic. I was just like no energy at all. But now today I'm just kicking right. I'm going well, and I'm getting there. So anyway, thank you very much, YouTube, and please stay tuned. Obviously, we've got a shitload of videos coming up. Probably combined gameplay videos and combos. So anyway, thank you very much, and as I say, like, subscribe, comment if you choose to comment. Yeah, look, I'm always open to comments. I'm always open to suggestions for my channel. Thank you very much, and catch up.